What gave me hope in cosplay? I used to think that the whole concept of cosplaying was kind of stupid. Back when I was in high school, I only went to a couple of conventions with my best friend. So we would only take pictures with cosplayers, talk to some of the artists and play video games. But it was never at the level of heat that when I went to the FanMade 2018 was like, how did cosplay get so good all of a sudden? I got a good reminder in Crunchyroll 2017 that cosplay is alright, but I never was into it because of, the only thing I'm seeing is people looking like my favorite anime characters. There's no interaction, there's nothing really big going on. There's no games we are playing. There's nothing. The only thing there is people who like anime. But then I thought, what if I actually got to know those people behind the cosplay? So I just literally viewed it as what you see is what you get. All these people are doing is dressing up in costumes. These are people just like you. And what made me that impression was back when I was in high school, I used to go and every cosplayer would look depressed. Every cosplayer would look like they have that under thing, something that you're hiding when you go to the same convention. Oh, we're just going here because we have no friends. These people happen to like anime. Now your truth, it is. Yes, I've had bad experiences with cosplays where I only meet them one time and I can tell what their whole life is about because they're so one-dimensional. But anime as itself, back then being an anime nerd automatically meant that you came with a mental condition. You know why? Because I used to have a huge mental condition when I was really into anime the most, but I'm talking about weeaboos of the weeaboos, the ones who cosplay. And I'm like, damn, dude. So it's like, I never thought of doing it myself because I thought myself in high school it was childish. Like, I'll never do this shit myself, but it's cool to see all these other people doing it because I was already adjusted to the fact that Dragon Ball Z isn't real. I don't do Kamehameha anymore. I'm in high school. I'm trying to fuck bitches. And literally, that's why I thought conventions were lame at first. But I actually gave it a chance after, I went down the block a few times, realized being a hood nigga ain't shit. I'm wondering, I'm still an otaku. So, but cosplay had nothing to do with my otaku-ness. I was in the anime community full time, listening to all these podcasts, different people talking about One Piece and Dragon Ball Z, and I had no cosplay, none in my mind. But what gave me hope, what changed my mind in cosplay, wasn't the fact that I could see my favorite characters, is the fact that some, not all, of the cosplayers are very similar to me in real life. The real reason why I had a lot of faith in this certain pieces of entertainment, because everybody knows me for AMVs, anime rap battles and everything. I did not care about this shit called cosplaying at all. The ARL was more interesting than cosplay. Every fucking thing about cosplay I didn't like. I just thought that they were trying to escape their shitty social lives through dressing up as their favorite characters. But little did I know, some of them listen to rap. Some of them already have children. And I had no idea about this until I went to FanMade 18 because the cosplays I had was premature. The most creative thing you would see was pain. I saw Perona from One Piece one time. There was one FanMade where I saw Kidskate Urahara, but the one thing I didn't like is I kept on seeing the same characters. What flipped my mind about 2018 is that I got to smoke with one of the people from Class 1A. I'm like, dude, I didn't know some cosplayers spoke weed, literally. And that is what blew my mind. I'm like, these people are just like you. I didn't get out enough in order to see how these people from different communities come together because of their love of anime. All this shit gave me so much fucking hope that I started to get into different multi-dimensional things within cosplay. Another thing that really got me hyped was I saw this guy in the bathroom cosplaying as Master Roshi. And I looked at him, but before I saw him, I saw Kid Goku on the outside of the bathroom. So I went in to take my whiz and I see Master Roshi. I'm like, dude, I saw a little Kid Goku earlier. He's like, oh yeah, that's my son. I'm like, dude, I thought so. And he was like, hella crazy. Some people will take that as being disrespectful. You know, how can you jump to conclusions like that? But I put two and two together and I saw him and he's like, he told someone else about the situation. I'm like, nah, that's cool. I'm like, hell yeah, he's super understanding of every situation. He has his own kid. He's just like me. He's hella cool. And I saw another guy who cosplayed as Kinemon from One Piece that also cosplayed his kid as Momonosuke. I flipped. So it was crazy. It was because of these people. And also with Big Mom, I saw a black Big Mom there and she was smoking dab with Bozette. It was too much for me. I was like, these people, I didn't know that so many cosplayers have a lot in common with me. Listen to rap, smoke weed, and literally use lit in terms of speech. You know, they have modern swag and everything. I didn't know, you know. But what really drove me into that was the fact that these people have so many different things going for them, just like me. I didn't know they could be this one-dimensional. But what reminded me that they were cosplayers was the fact that I've been down that lane before. You see, when I was in high school, I was smoking weed, but I was a heavy anime fan, but I had some pre-mental condition where I had suicidal tendencies. I was literally going in and out of the mental hospital in my early 19s to almost 20. You know, almost 20s, you know, I stopped when I was 21 officially, you know. And I realized that just because you smoke weed and watch anime, just because you say shit like lit, swag, and yo, that's dope, does not mean that you're not struggling like the average anime fan who likes that shit too. I know a lot of people who are struggling in that department of trying to have a social life while watching anime when you're an adult is really, really stressful. You know, a lot of people judge you, even if you're a girl. It's really, really tough to be an anime fan, even to this day, you know, because nowadays, is no excuse. If you like anime, everybody likes anime. There's no excuse. Now you have to have your own swagger, and swagger is the default. Back when I was going into high school, you know, it was one or the other. You're a gangster or you're a nerd. You know, anime was out the question, you know? And there was no such thing as a jack of all trades in high school that watched this anime. But me, I moved on a lot. I really did. I've proven to myself, I've proven it to other people that getting girls is no issue anymore, that there is more to life, and that I literally learned more about people, and I learned more about, you know, this is why I'm a father. You know, I used to go through that stage. A lot of people here have the mindset that I used to go through, you know, that I used to feel entitled because I'm a good person, that I deserve pussy, without working on my style, without working on how I talk, without having crazy forms of speech, without thinking that I have to compete. You know, all these different contexts that are outside of anime that people don't know about if you're just an average otaku that sits on your ass all day. People are still at that level, I never knew that. And what gave me hope is that they had so many similarities to me, and that's because I used to be the same way. So I'm talking to basically no longer a square when I went to the conventions like after 18, because I learned how to be street smart the hard way because I was homeless. And to be honest with you, you know, I didn't understand why these people couldn't be a jack of all trades like me, because when I was homeless, I was with someone who was also homeless, who watched anime, who was a better dancer than me, who can rap better than me, and who was a better jack of all trades with me, who had a woman by his side. He had a girlfriend that supported him when he was homeless. So literally, I was not surprised. I was so surprised because I thought about evolution. I thought anime fans should be on me and that guy's level by now, because that's often. And I was in an entire rap league of people who like rap and anime, so I'm like, okay, hip hop is the default, this and that. I don't have to go through that shit anymore where I can't be myself because I'm no longer a square and I still like anime. I was an anime fan. I tried to tune out reality by slapping Sario Days by Gurren Lagann. And literally, it doesn't matter how good that beat is, it doesn't matter how good that theme song is, people need to understand what reality is. You're watching anime to cope with the fact that you're unsocial. So why am I making this video, you ask? It's because it astonished me that because I grew up with so many people that like anime and rap, like my old friend Arturo, that when I go to these conventions, I see these people bitching and complaining, and when I see these people turning against me because I'm evil all of a sudden just because I learned game, and because I learned how female nature acts. I know they love a bad boy, but I also know that you can't stay a bad boy forever. I was known as the bad boy on campus every time I went to a convention. Oh, this guy's known for getting every single girl he wants, and we're sitting over here being anime nerds, we can't even get one. It pissed me off because I'm like, what happened to Big Mom? What happened to all these other people? But what I failed to realize is I jumped to conclusions. Those are only a handful of people compared to everyone at that convention. I paid attention to 3% of people that go to fucking cons and conventions. Yes, I was lucky that I got to smoke with some people that were in cosplay, but that is not the regular, and that normally doesn't happen. Understand? I ended up being lucky, you know? But at the same time, it gave me a whole lot of hope that this cosplay shit could pop off into something that I can branch into, like how I tried to do with the animation rap league. Like I had these ideas, I had these things that came into play, but because they were being unprofessional and biased, I'm talking about the people who go to conventions, I literally had a whole gang of people that stopped me from high school trying to literally gangbang me while I was at the convention. Because they're trying to cock block me, they're trying to label me this and that while I try to learn from my mistakes. I'm like, dude, get over yourself. Like, being woman is like literally 1% of who I am now. I think that I care about women more than I care about the art and the potential of these people, of all the cosplayers I just mentioned who are just like me, who thought this cosplay shit can go far. I'm like, we can really do a lot with this platform. But because they are in the same mental capacity that I used to be when I was in high school, when I was using anime as an excuse not to be social, and I was believing in everything, you can't be overwhelmed. Here's my advice for some cosplayers. I made an audio book that's in the playlist on my channel called the Dark Game Audiobook, and it tells you how, just bits and samples of how I learned how to be functioning member of society from being a crack wanker, which is the basic anime nerd. Okay, so there's no way around it. You have to adapt, and here's just a tip of advice for you. You will understand a lot more if you go check out the playlist of the Dark Game, but for now, this is a little beginner segment of how somebody can become as cold as me. Do not rely on your nostalgia. Do not rely on watching shit like Naruto and Sasuke. Stop trying to be overwhelmed and actually look at the situation for what it is. Stop trying to distract yourself with the best fucking anime, because you're gonna spoil yourself to a point where you forgot that what the situation is has nothing to do with that song. It has nothing to do with all your research of anime. A girl, whether she likes the same thing as you, whether a guy likes the same thing as you, you're gonna have disagreements, and you gotta have to learn how to even that out. And you gotta learn how to not be a pussy. You gotta have to understand what life is. You have to understand the whole concept of the reason why people don't like you is an undeniable fact. You say stupid things at the wrong time. I'm just gonna lay it out. You try too hard to fit in. You're not gangster. You may be an anime nerd, but hey, there are people who are in the same position as you that are not bitching and complaining, but they're at least trying to get better at socializing with girls. Like me, I saw a guy smoking a blunt right before he was watching the My Hero movie. And he told me, yo man, you gotta go cast that. He got the swag, he got the clothes, he got everything as a popular kid in high school. He's talking about My Hero. Get the fuck out. There's no excuse. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Go out and learn how. Compete. Dominate. Adapt. If you're not funny, learn how to be funny. If you're not a smooth woman, learn how to be a smoother woman. Adapt. You have to be a very likable person. I'm sorry, man. They're popular for a reason, not because they're assholes, but because behind the assholery, they know more than you. How many times you got caught off guard because you did too much research, and the guy who's literally the asshole, who's treating women like shit in front of your face, who is clowning on the teacher? Oh, you think the teacher's so smart, that how come the popular kid is capping back on the teacher? How come the popular kid is quicker on his feet? Because he's more appealing to women. He's more appealing. It doesn't matter what the fuck he's saying, it's how he's saying it. And that is all for this segment. Cosplayers gave me hope because of the fact that I met so many different people that have the same tendencies as me, but they are outnumbered by the people who are still socially awkward, who try too hard to fit in, who don't even get along with their friends because they're too multidimensional and they don't want to accept that some people are different. This is Mood Tricks, and this is why I have hope in cosplay.